Hi there, Corby Mitleid, your no bullshit psychic. And today we're going to do our weekly reading. So this is for the week of April 6th, 2025. And yes, all the cards wanted to come in and play. So the first card from my Karma and Relationship deck is Scoring Points. Now, very often scoring points is not a good thing. You're only doing something to look good. And that's not with us. We were scoring points on the side of positivity, freedom, light, the stuff that we are trying to get. And boy, did we score a bunch of points. They're saying there were as many as 6 million people in our country and worldwide saying this will not stand. Well done. How do we keep it? Well, the next card is the Page or Princess of Pentacles, but I read it a little differently than a lot of people. For me, this is the card of the Vision Quest. How can I do that? When you have been reading as long as I have, sometimes your deck, a card will say, I have a different nuance that I would like to bring up occasionally, and I'll let you know when. And in this case, Vision Quest, you do not have to go out fast, pray, do the First Nations thing. What's my totem animal? Who are my guides? No. But a Vision Quest is literally spending time mapping out what your vision is for this quest we are all on, what you want to see at the end of it, what you are willing to do, give up, whatever, to make it happen. The next card is from my Spirit of the Wheel deck, and it is the Creator. Awareness, co-creation, and change. And that is what yesterday did. The world is aware that we are going to fight. All of us were co-creating the change we want. The next card is from my Fairies Oracle, and that is Faf the Footer. And his favorite saying is, I keep my eye on the moon and my feet muddy. What does that mean? That means that, yes, we can hold this gorgeous vision, but we have to do the hard work down here. You know, there are a couple of philosophical Zen metaphysical sayings about it. Chop wood, carry water. My favorite one is after enlightenment, the laundry. So, yes, you can see what we want. It's not just a we hope. Now we see what it is we want, and we know we can get there, but we have to do the work. It's tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. It's not just yesterday was a one and done. What does Ganesh have to say? Steadfastness, what I just said. You have to hold fast to that idea. If you go back to some of my other videos, you'll hear that I talked about being in the revolution like a ballerina. That is where you hold your sight, and no matter where you spin, you hold it until your neck's going to break, and then you whip around and you see it again. You don't wobble in your vision. The Energy Oracle says, this is how we get victory. Normally, when I just read from this deck, this is the end of the story, but we're not at the end of the story. We are, as I think Winston Churchill said, not at the beginning of the end, but at the end of the beginning. And our angels agree with that. We have Shamael this week, who talks about beginnings, but also has a second card which says serenity. So put all that together. And what I'm going to tell you is we are now in the battle. We are. But we know who's on our side. We know it is possible to win. We know that it will be a hard slog, not a short one. I won't say long. I still don't think it's going to take years. But it's not going to be overnight. And it could get darker. I mean, there was some maggot who brought his yesterday, and the police in that city didn't stop him, didn't arrest him, nothing. Okay? They were on his side. So it's going to be tough. You've got to be smart. You've got to keep yourself safe, but you keep your eye on the prize. So this past week, even with the tariffs, even with the scary stuff, we did some amazing work to move ourselves forward, and we shall only go up from here. Have a good week.